Great morning, great morning, great morning. It is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the It's About You radio show. We are here. You know my story, here to share some amazing information designed to motivate, enlighten, and to help you be the best you can possibly be. Listen, you know my name is Maurice McDonald, and as always, it's an honor, privilege, and honor, total honor, and I say honor several times simply because it is that. 45 years ago, I wanted to go into radio. And, I've always said my creator had a sense of humor. He put me through some changes, different careers, and he brought radio to me. So I don't take it lightly. And, of course, as I say, this is designed to help you be the best you can possibly be. But it starts with a morning motivation quote of the day. The morning quote of the day is very simple. It is, get up, do it again. That's it. Get up, do it again. When I say get up and do it again, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what happened last night, what happened last week, what your mama didn't do for you 2 years ago, 5 years ago, you're holding on to it, let it go. That is your morning quote of the day, brought to you by MauriceMcDonald.net. MauriceMcDonald.net. Go to MauriceMcDonald.net, learn all about your gut microbiome. And with that said, you hear noise in the background because I am not normally in the studio. I am live on remote, yes, in the D, Detroit, Michigan. The D. Why am I in the D? I can hear you asking that question. I'm in the D because of something that's happening here. It is the Urban Ballroom Xplosion. Yes, folks who come from all over the country, ladies and gentlemen, they come here. This is the home, so to speak, of the Urban Ballroom dancing move. And so you'll hear in the background, there are all kinds of sessions going on right now. People learn to dance, people doing things. You have beginners, you've got people who are been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years. Great instruction. It's fellowship, it's community. And so what I'm doing here, I decided to do a story on this, and we're going to talk about, interview several people here. And the very first person I got here is somebody I met when I was here. And let's just put it this way, kinship. Let's start with that word right there, kinship, because that's what it is. I got to talk to Miss Tony Vaughn here, and she's from Pittsburgh, and she's been in this realm for several years, but she's also done a lot of other things too. And so I'm going to welcome her to the show. Welcome, Miss Vaughn. How you doing this morning?
Hi, Maurice. I'm doing great.
That's good. Listen, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here to have some fun. I've been seeing you hugging people that you know people. It's a reconnection. I see this as a big family reunion. I see people have been knowing each other for years, but how many years have you been dancing?
I've been dancing 8 years now.
8 years of dancing?
8 years of dancing,
okay.
Yes. I started out as a newbie, a beginner, not even know what Chicago stepping was.
Okay, Chicago stepping. Okay, all right. And what drew you to it?
What drew me to it was I love to dance.
Okay.
I'm always on the dance floor dancing around, and I got introduced to it from a friend of mine. Yeah.
Okay. And to my audience who don't know what dance is, I know I said Detroit is kind of the foundation. Can you give a little history about this movement, so to speak?
Well, as older adults, we're trying to get the younger ones to learn what the history is. The movement is just having a good time, the fellowship, becoming family, becoming friends, and just having a good time and having a good vibe.
Yes, and I know up here Mr. Demetrius, I think he started this kind of thing in this area here, and now I see over 1,000 people here having a good time, learning to dance. I see in different rooms they're doing different styles and different things, and so teaching
the different dances. Chicago Step-In, they have Urban Ballroom, they have Greystone Ballroom, they have Swing, which is originated in Texas, and the bop, and they're teaching the bop as well.
Okay. What's your favorite?
My favorite is the Chicago Step-In because that's what I started out learning. I'm just learning the Urban Ballroom. I know nothing about Greystone, and I'm gonna have to get to Texas to learn the swing out because we don't do the swing out up here.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to do that in Texas.
And I'm noticing, I'm noticing that heavy movement. I've been noticing the different attire, different regions having their the signature attire, so to speak, the styles. I'm seeing the flair. And last night they had, you think about having their all white party.
Fashion.
The fashion. I think tonight's going to be a red. Yeah. I believe.
No, tonight is crimson and gold.
Crimson and gold. Let me get it right. You see an amateur coming here talking about that red. No, it's crimson and gold. That's what it is. But it is an honor for me to be here, of course, as a vendor and doing other things here as well, but meeting a lot of different people. But I notice people here from different walks of life, different professions.
Yes.
And I see couples.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about all of that when people, I mentioned several things, the couples, I mentioned different walks of life. We got people here from Los Angeles. I've seen people from Florida, all up and down the East Coast. Could you speak to us a little bit about some of those things that is mentioned?
Well, you have all different walks because you have all different age groups. You have like 80-year-olds in here, and they're dancing. You wouldn't believe it, but they are. They're retired, so this is the way that they keep active and keep moving and keep alive and still feel relevant. Then you have the middle class people who are still working but still need something to do because they like dancing. So you don't want to go to the young clubs, and it's not safe there. So this here is a very, very safe environment. And then we're trying to get the younger kids to come in, which will be your 20 to 30, 40-year-old age group, and try to teach them the culture, teach them the dance. And it's starting to catch on, and we're getting a lot of the younger ones in here, which is, it makes our heart glad to see that.
Yeah, because I'm noticing what you said. I saw some 30-year-olds who were here and
the 20s-year-olds.
20s, yeah, I've seen them here, and it's so good to see this mixed.
Right.
So I'm being thinking out of the box here for my listeners who may be in different cities or whatever else, or somebody's listening saying, I've always wanted to do that, or I have two left feet and I don't think I can ever do it. I sit and watch. I'm on the wall. What would you say to those individuals who may be operating out of that fear of stepping out? I may look embarrassed. I don't want to do it.
I've been there. And when I started 8 years ago, I was there.
That was you?
It was me. Although I'm a dancer, I never heard of Chicago stepping. I'm a Pittsburgh hand dancer.
Right.
We don't count. We are just a natural freestyle.
Yeah.
Coming here, Chicago stepping has the 8 count. And so I had to change my whole mindset. It's all about changing your mindset, having patience, taking the constructive criticism, learning from watching, and having confidence and faith in yourself, because you can't do anything wrong. Even if you do have left feet, you can't do anything wrong. And I've watched a lot of dancers when they start out here that was totally uncoordinated, and now they're flourishing now. So it takes a while, and it takes a lot of practice. So you have to practice at home. It's not just coming here to dance or doing the workshops. You have to put in the work at home as well. 5, 10, 15 minutes a day.
So
in your mirrors.
It's
it
like
works.
everything else. You if your heart's into it and you want to do it, then you got to practice.
Yes.
It's kind of like what Muhammad Ali said in the past: train in the dark so you can live like a champion in the light for the rest of your life. That kind of thing. What you do, and because people can tell if you've been practicing.
Right.
And the goal is get better, have fun. Of course.
And they can tell you're getting better.
You're getting better, especially if you've wanted to do this. And I look at this also. I was watching this morning they had the hula hoops. When I saw them there, and one of the statements the instructor was saying, and they had the hula hoops going, and she said, hey, this is a great exercise. It'll help your core, help you with dancing, and help you lose inches off your weight. And the first thing I said, hey, I better grab me 2 hula hoops. I better get out there myself.
The weighted hula hoops will do that.
So they're not just regular hula hoops.
No, they're weighted. They're the weighted
hula hoops designed to help that core and everything, correct?
Exactly.
So it's good exercise. So if you're listening right now and you're afraid of dance, and I just gave you another. Don't be afraid.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
Trust the process. Don't be afraid. And it's exercise.
Yes.
Losing inches off your weight. As I said, I need 2 of them. I need to get that part, because that's stuff for me. And I'm looking here and seeing so many people enjoying themselves and stepping and taking this very seriously. I can see that this is very serious. So people to travel from LA to Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a shortcut, okay?
We travel all over.
Yeah. So
we'll travel. I'll be going to Kansas City in August.
Okay.
So, and I drive from Pittsburgh to Detroit. I'll drive from Pittsburgh to Chicago, Columbus, Ohio. I do most of my driving on the eastern part of this.
Right.
I'm in Cleveland almost every weekend.
Okay.
You know, dancing up in Cleveland because it's a strong dance community, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's actually fun.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is it's a culture. You know, a family. I said earlier, family reunion of people getting together. So that means you'll know people from all over the country. And you see, I know when I came to the hotel and was checking in, I saw people embracing and tips came through, and I'm thinking, okay, they know each other, and observing this has made me realize that, hey, a way for people to, I guess, unwind and relax from the stress of society, jobs, children, kids, the economy, inflation, you know, whatever else going on in their life, grief and everything else that's going on in their life. I spoke to someone who said something like, for him, this dancing is therapy.
Yes.
Can you speak to that? Can you relate into that?
Because if it's emotional therapy, just getting out and being around people, positive people always smiling and happy and sending good vibes. You know what? That's going to be great therapy for anyone. If it's a physical therapy, you're moving your body, you're keeping yourself, your muscles and stuff strong and moving around, and you're not thinking about your pain, or what's going on bad in your work. Because at that moment that you're at these events, for if it's 1 day, 3 day, or however many days it's going to be, you're in a good mood, you're in good spirits, so you got good endorphins, you know, stimulating your mind and brain.
And that's a perfect segue into what you do professionally. Let my audience know what you do professionally.
I'm a licensed certified massage therapist. I'm a business owner. I've been doing it for 27 years, but it's not my main thing. I'm a jack of all trades, but a master of nothing. Come on. But I do the massage therapy because it is very therapeutic for my clients / patients, and also I'm kind of like bipolar and all over the place, so it calms me down.
It calms you down, and you're serving others. I know you said you work with the elderly. You work with people who have had issues or whatever that are going through.
For sure.
Yeah, and you're not in it for the money, you told me, and it's the idea that you help people and that you stay busy. And that's a good idea, because there's so many people out here going through a lot of things and a lot of issues they may be having in their life, you know, in their back or pain or whatever else. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have a confession to make. I got a massage last night. Yes, I did. Unexpected. Couple minutes, and let me tell you, she's on fire. Let me tell you that's a fact. That we'll be sharing some information. And I'm here, as I said before, as a vendor, all about gut health and health and wellness. And so when we had our conversation about the massage therapy part, it was a natural fit. And so I look at this setting here where we have all people from all walks of life, and I've seen people from different age groups, and they look at this. What do you think the first step somebody should do after they've decided they've gotten out of the fear and they want to go and delve into getting some dance lessons?
Well, you just got to go. Find out where they're located at and go. I know down in Charlotte, it's pretty new down there. So there's some spots down there. I don't know exactly for sure, but I know they're down there. Actually, there's people from North Carolina, Charlotte, up here tonight dancing.
Yes.
And they're building it up down there, and they're starting to get better. I see a lot of the videos on YouTube and stuff, and I kind of like see, and I'm like, okay, they're learning. But that's what it takes. Everybody had to start from the beginning.
Yeah. And when you said YouTube, that may be a good place to go look and
just
find
look up Chicago
Steps and
Chicago
see
Stepping.
Where there may be a chapter, or where people are doing,
or Googling on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook.
We have all over Facebook different chapters that you just go ahead and friend them and find out what's going on,
and then plug in and come on in, and then you too can have that have that vibe that they're having here, and I see so many people.
Yeah, because you see, this will be on YouTube. Somebody's videotaping and they're going to put it up on YouTube.
Right.
This is so you'll get to see, the different things, the dancing and everything that's going on in here.
Yes.
Yeah, everything pretty much is recorded, videotaped, and people like seeing you turn on your TV like, oh, there I am on YouTube.
There
you
I
feel
am.
like a star.
Yeah, absolutely. That's who I am.
A star, yeah.
And this was the very reason that I knew I was going to be here, and why I wanted to do my radio show about it, because I realized, I said, wait a minute, that's a whole interesting culture and a whole interesting vibe of individuals, people, predominantly African Americans, doing positive things. As you said, the people from all ages can be here in a safe vibe.
Yes.
Women can be here, feel safe. There's no drama. There's no fighting. Police not being called in. All the craziness and like you said, going to if you're 55 or 6 years old, you don't want to go to a club nowadays with the young people, because it's a whole new vibe for sure. But this is a place where they can go and feel safe.
Yeah.
I've also heard people who have met their spouses or their fiancés here.
Yes, yeah.
So
you have a lot of that going on.
Yeah, a lot of that going on. Exactly right.
Yeah, you got a lot of that going on.
Yeah, so people.
But they usually keep that kind of like in-house.
Keep that on the low, so y'all can't tell that. Okay. Keep that between your ears.
Keep that low. Yeah.
But
we're all imperfect humans, and everybody has their flaws.
Yeah.
So you're going to have some issues like that.
Yeah. But mainly people coming here, every people who got married, they met, here and that kind of stuff. And so the idea of coming and doing this, so I heard you say you've been in Kansas City, other places, so pretty much all parts of the country, there's going to be something going on different times of the year.
Yeah, pretty much. It's starting even in LA. It's just starting out in LA. That's why they're traveling here.
Right.
So that's why you'll find most of the Western country states are coming over. The West Coast are coming over this way because of Detroit, Chicago, Ohio. We're the stronger sets as far as the dancing go. Georgia, Savannah, and them, they're really stepping up their game. They're phenomenal dancers. I don't think they do the ballroom as much.
Yeah.
So because ballroom started out as the number one dancing, social dance, and then Chicago stepping hit the scene, and everybody just kind of like fell in love with it because of the history of it. And you need to learn the history of Chicago stepping. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. Chicago stepping has for the last 20 years or so, or more, 25 years. It was a big thing.
Right, but it was only in Chicago.
Only in Chicago.
It was only in Chicago, and then for some reason it branched out, and now it's just taking
you can't keep a good thing quiet.
You can't. I think they tried.
They tried to gatekeep, but there's no gate because it's a good thing. We saw that we in.
We in. Everybody's
and we're gonna get our own, and I love the energy. I love the vibe, and I know that people are looking for something to belong to, and something safe, something positive, something that's engaging, something that takes people, like I said earlier, your mind off some things that you may be going through or whatever else, and individuals who I met someone here who was in a car accident, and they said they would never walk again. The doctors told her they would never walk again. And they're out here now, not more than walking.
They're dancing around.
They're dancing.
Yeah.
And
you'll go to some sets and you'll see people dancing in wheelchairs and with canes.
Okay. I've seen a couple canes here for sure.
They'll dance with the canes. I've seen wheelchair stepping.
So that's great. That's great to know that my mind is fine. My legs can't move.
Right, but I can dance in my chair.
I can dance in my chair.
Yes.
And that is to me, listen, that is so powerful.
And they dance with a partner. It ain't like they just moving in a chair. They have a partner.
They got a partner.
They got a partner,
See, that alone keeps, you gotta feel good. That's a good feel-good story there. Because one of the things I know, I work at a college and I teach folks who work with social work, developmental disabilities, substance abuse, those kinds of things. And this has given me some ideas to have my students to engage in learning how to do this, and then work with a community of folks in wheelchairs.
Yes.
Because I see that was a lightning moment you just gave
Put me a
me.
little bit of credit behind that.
Ladies
Once
and
you make
gentlemen.
it all big, you're like,
Ladies and gentlemen, since I put it on the air, it's always here. I got to make sure she gets her royalties because the Queen gave me some good information. But to use this, because I just know, and if you're just joining us, I'm here in Detroit, Michigan. It's called the D. As a matter of fact, I got my Detroit shirt already. I'm gonna be repping the D for a minute. Let them know. I got a feeling I'll be coming back. This is my second home, and maybe even Pittsburgh too. Who knows? At the end of the day, but at the end of the day, I want people to understand that finding your tribe, having the courage to step out, go do what you've been desiring to do, or dance may have never been on your mind, but today, hearing this story, you may say, you know what? Maybe I will give it a try. Maybe I can do this.
Oh, you can.
It is something you heard her say it.
You can do it.
You can do it. It is something that is going to help you physically. I can see after leaving here, emotionally, it'd be great too because you've released great music. Food was good. Entertainment. Like I said, a huge family reunion from people from different parts of the country. And even though there's some judging going on last night, people were dancing. Of course, you see the Dancing with the Stars on television. It's not that kind, okay? But what I will say is, it is fun and people are having it, and I encourage you to step out of the box a little bit and explore something totally different and say to yourself, I can do this. And maybe something in my neighborhood or close by. If you got to drive 10 or 15 miles, so guess what? It'd be worth it.
Oh yeah, because I drive an hour and a half
You drive
on Saturdays
on
to
Saturday.
come up here. Yeah.
Okay.
Hour and a half is what my drive.
Yeah.
I think my drive here was 4.5 hours.
Okay.
But yeah. And it's a 9-hour drive to Chicago, but I'm in my car and I'm going.
You're going and you get there, you know people.
Yeah. I do know people in Chicago. Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's if you want to dance, you have to go to Chicago. You have to go to Chicago. You gotta get the vibe. You gotta get the flavor. You gotta meet the people. They gotta kind of like check you out and see if you're worthy.
So
I made the cut.
You made the cut. Yes, I made the team, Mom. I made the team.
Hey Sherry.
That's good.
Sherry's one of my mentors. She started out with me. She's from Detroit.
She's from Detroit.
This is Miss Sherry Gordon who started me dancing.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm doing great. So tell us about how long
This
have
is
you
a
been
radio
dancing?
interview.
Yeah, I'm doing a live radio interview here. So tell us, how long you been dancing?
I've been dancing over 30 years.
30 years. Okay, so you're true to the game.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what led you to start?
Just going out to the clubs, watching other people dance.
Watching it. So you watched, and then you decided to get off the wall. Okay, and you're from Detroit.
Yes.
Okay, and so have you traveled all over the country as well?
Yes.
Indeed. What do you really like about it?
Meeting new people, getting to hear what their interests are, being able to help people to achieve what it is that they're looking to achieve.
So, are you an instructor? Come on, take off that jacket. Oh,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, she took her
taught me.
jacket
She
off.
taught me.
Okay, yes. Hey,
Came to
like I
Detroit to
said,
learn.
listen. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to stand up, ladies. I just stood up, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm giving honor to honor who deserved. The instructor, 30 years in the game, she's sharing this information. This is WDRB Media, the voice of the community, and I'm doing this live show on remote around the country, talking about this amazing ballroom Xplosion, and you've been doing it for 30 years, and you started in Detroit, but you've been all around.
Yes.
So you've seen all people from all ages cross the light, doubting themselves, and then they come out stepping.
Yes.
Come on. I thank you so much for giving a few minutes of your time. You didn't know you were walking into an interview, but that's
Should have
okay.
known, Sherry. It was me.
Yes, guess what?
It's
That's the
me.
best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. I
I
thank
love
you
this
so much,
lady.
for your time.
You're welcome.
And to
Thank
do
you.
this. All right,
I
thank
love
you
you,
so
baby.
much. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. You know how we do it live. That's what
And
we do.
actually, she's being very, very humble.
She's humble.
She's a champion.
Oh.
Multi stepping champion.
Oh, she was very humble.
She's very, very humble. She's very humble.
Oh, I can see that.
She's
She didn't
super-
even mention that.
she's
She
a
could have.
beast.
She could have said, "I'm a champion."
No, she's
but
very
see,
humble. She
I
ain't gonna
love
say
that.
She's not gonna say that.
I love that.
And like I said, when I first started, and I told you I didn't know nothing about the game.
Yeah.
I went to one of her workshops. I'm trying to hide in the class. She's seen me. She's like, "Oh no." and she made me stand right beside her. And no, Tony, not that left foot. This left foot. No, no, this one, that one. And she's like, come on, we got this. And now I have arrived.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, I mean, no, she's very.
And I'm glad how it happened.
I know.
Very spontaneous. You called her over. She walked right into the interview, and guess what? But and the fact she stayed humble. But that could have been a moment when she said,
humbled.
"I am this. I am
see
that."
her dance. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll be watching her. I'm sure. Hey, I'd love to watch her dance.
Watch her tonight.
Watch her
tonight.
Watch her do her
Just
dance
kinda
tonight.
sneak in and peek in and
That is the plan. I've been sneaking it. Listen. I've been the undercover brother the whole time. I've been going into workshop, watching the dances.
Watch me dance tonight too.
Oh, guess what? I'll be right there. I'll be doing that. Well, hey, look. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate it. And I'm sure my audience got some value out of it. And I got 2 for 1. I got 2 for 1. That's the way we need to do it. Thank you so much. Hey guys, listen. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna take a quick break. What if I told you that some of the most powerful influences in life live in your gut? That's right. Trillions of tiny microbes make up your gut microbiome. And they're busy chatting with your brain, your immune system, even your mood. These conversations are called gut accesses. Think of it as your body's group chat. When the gut speaks, everything listens. Your energy, focus, and digestive system might feel it too. The good news is small changes like taking P84, 84 organically grown fruits and superfoods harvested worldwide, which supports a healthy gut microbiome. Take it in powder form. Simply pour it in 8 ounces of water. Then take Protandim, which has been clinically tested to reduce oxidative stress in your body by 40% in 30 days. It can give you the healthy edge. Imagine turmeric, green tea, ashwagandha, and many more healthy supplements that don't just provide supplementation, but activation. This Healthy Edge Pack will significantly impact your overall health. Change one thing and change everything. Go to MauriceMcDonald.net. That's MauriceMcDonald.net to learn more and get the Healthy Edge, or call 877-634-8194 to get free samples and learn how you can take charge of your health today. Hey guys, we're back here on the It's About You radio show here at WDRB Media, the voice of the community. And you know, we're here live remote in the Detroit, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm here at obviously the great ballroom dancing that we're going to be doing here in a moment. We are going to be having an awesome time sharing some information and meeting a lot of different individuals here. And we have people all over the country, Florida, California, up and down the East Coast. And we got people Cleveland, Ohio. And I want you to know that the legends, that's what this is called, the legends. Welcome to Detroit, where legends of dance began. Did you realize Detroit is more than just a city? It's a movement, a culture, a legacy. This weekend, we're honoring the pioneers and celebrate and inspire the next generation of dancers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is not regular ballroom dance. This is urban, but ballroom dancing. But I wanted to interview someone that I met here. We just connected, and I just think she was talking about. She's author of a book. She has a master's in education. She's been dancing, but also more importantly, having fun here with the folks here. And the person I'm going to interview now, this lady is amazing, Miss Deborah Longs. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm fine. Just fine. Thank you.
Good. Tell me something. How long have you been dancing?
Wow, I've been danced my whole life, but I really didn't get engaged in urban ballroom and Chicago stepping over the past 5 years. I think things kind of changed for me. My 2 disabled sons were adults, and I was able to do a little bit more for myself. And dancing was a great release for me, especially ballroom. Learned a lot about how it affects and helps your brain. So it's another reason.
Yeah, so it was basically, I guess in other words, it was that you said the word release, for you to go do you. And
Yes.
found that part, find it to be enjoyable. Where are some of the places that you have been when you have the different conventions or where they go and dance?
When the first Ballroom Xplosion I went to was in Maryland, and that's when I got connected with different communities from other parts of the country. I really enjoyed the dance community. People, the like-minded of people that want to dance and are dancing is great. Met a woman in Maryland at the time, and her family member was dealing with dementia. And she shared with me an article from a Harvard neurologist that talked about specifically how the only thing that can really push back dementia and Alzheimer's is dance. And particularly a dance that involves instruction. Not just any dance, not just freestyle, but a structured dance like ballroom, Chicago stepping, where your brain has to be ready to make the next step, the next movement.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because my mother passed away from complications from Alzheimer's, and I realized that what they were doing with them, anything to help the brain to remember and to move, and the art. They were piano. I remember this lady, she played the piano for years. She was forgetting everything else, but she didn't forget how to play the piano. And that brain part is good. That exercise is good, and exercising that brain. But what would you say to somebody who was had never gotten into the dance, but they've watched and they're curious about learning? What advice would you give somebody like that?
I would tell them that everybody starts somewhere, and that people in the dance community are at all different levels. So don't let that two left feet concept keep you from even trying. One of the best dancers I know spent a lot of time standing on the wall, and it was his barber that encouraged him to get into dancing after he lost his wife. And sure enough, he is one of the best dancers out here, and he would not dance at all. He just watched for years.
Stood on the wall.
But he is one of the best dancers you want to see. When I love dancing with him. He's a very good ballroom dancer, and he's got his own moves that he's made up. So I would encourage anybody that has any kind of hesitation, try it. You can start at any point. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I'm noticing here that age doesn't matter, because there's some people in their 70s and 80s still dancing.
I'm going to be there 70s, 80s. I'm very close to 70. I'm going to be there I'm going to tell you, as long as my feet will allow me to do it, I am going to dance. And I've seen people walk in on canes and walkers, and they still try to keep moving. So keep moving. And it doesn't matter whether you know much about the dance or not.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier that we got people here from all walks of life. Over 1,000 people showing up to be a part of this. It's like a big annual retreat, family reunion, so to speak.
Yes,
meeting people again.
Right. I love it. I met a couple of people in Maryland like 4 years ago from Alabama. Still connected to these people. When they have an event, I go down to Alabama. So it's nice. It's nice. I feel like they're family. I call them my tribe.
Yeah, that's the half in life. Half the battle of life is finding our tribe, making sure, getting where you are, doing something you do. Also, what I'm loving, what I'm seeing, this is my first time here, being here and all, but I'm noticing that connectedness of people from different states. I see the different LA wearing different colored shirts. I've seen Cleveland. I've seen a lot of Detroit where we're here. The D here, and all
great.
those types of things. And that connectedness that you talked about is important. But what are your thoughts when I see the couples? I'm seeing couples here, which means it's something they can do together.
Right, and I think that there are a lot of couples. Many couples have met each other in the dance community and have come together. Actually, I got a little story.
Yeah.
One of my friends, I told her about Ballroom. I said, man, you gotta come check this out. And so she went one time and she says, oh, I think I want to keep going. And so she kept going. And there was a gentleman, she just had, he didn't have anything going on for Thanksgiving. Well, why don't you come and have Thanksgiving with my family? Well, long story short, they're engaged.
Oh.
And that happened over a course of about 3 years. But, I'm glad for them. It was just a very, and then there was a lot of other connections they didn't know that they had when they first had met each other. But really nice young man, and I just think it's great. But
yeah,
I don't necessarily think that's what everybody is doing. I've talked to quite a few people. They just love to dance. They're not really interested in trying to connect.
Right.
But I do think that couples should join, and I also think that they should be open to dancing with anybody. Not, I'm just going to dance with my mate. No, dance with them. If your mate is mature enough to handle that, this is 2.5 minutes, 3.
Right.
And I'm leaving with my babe.
Come on, that's it. Exactly. Right. This is about dance and being able to dance with different communities. Because I've seen a lot of emphasis now in different dance around the country. The television program, you see, Dancing with the Stars, all that kind of stuff on television. Mm-hmm. Although this is not that type of dance that you're doing, the urban ballroom movement. And as you were saying, that connection of people and networking and the tribe. If someone is listening to this now and saying, hey, wait a minute, if I got involved with this, how much time do I really need to spend dance? Because do I have to go to practice, or what do I have to do? Well, what would you say to them?
I think that when you try it, if you have a good experience the first couple of times, keep going. How much time you want to commit to it is totally up to you based on how much time you have available. The more time you commit, the stronger your dance gets. But you can always practice at home. You don't have to always be there, but it does make a difference when you have a partner. So I would encourage the person, if they're thinking about it, I want to try it, I want to know how much of the commitment is. If you find a good instructor or a good group of instructors, I think you should try it at least once a week and see if you could go twice a week if they do have that available, and then determine how much time you want to commit to it. It's based on how much you're enjoying it and the people that you're with. Because I have to be honest, I will show up if I can't dance, because I just love the community. So I think that if you're looking for something to do, or you want to try dance, then recognize that not only are you dancing, you're also becoming connected to a community. That might be a real encouragement to you.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that, because as I always talk to my audience every week about, number one, finding your tribe, as you said. Finding community is important. In this day and time with economy, job, stress, loneliness, past traumas, everything going, having a release to be around positive-minded people,
yes,
who are gonna be there to support you. Hey, girl, how you doing? Or hey, man, what's up? How you? Good to see you, brother. Mm-hmm. And, I've heard conversations a few minutes ago with brothers who've known each other. They were talking about their cars, and I need to get my oil changed. And well, he's a mechanic. He was telling him what to do because they have a relationship. They know each other, and I think that is so kind to be able to find relationship. And dance is a good avenue, a good community where you can go in, find where you fit in, get to know people. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, I think people are lonely sometimes because I don't ever go nowhere. You're sitting home. get out of the house,
Right.
get involved in a community
Right.
of positive-minded people,
Right.
and you make it happen, and you never know where it goes. Find a best friend, or ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for that loved one, you heard what you said, go there, wear your best stuff, you never know. Just plugging it. And hey, by the way, if you find that Mr. Right or Miss Right, let me give you my cash app. You still send me a little change, I'm just saying that. But I also
think the communication is also good because it does, it keeps you healthier. It keeps you younger because you're in community and you're talking to people.
Yes, that is so good. So even now, people in their 20s, I've noticed some 20 and 30-year-olds here with 40 and 50-year-olds, and then some older. So I love the diversity of age, and
Yes.
mainly this is urban. And I also have seen people of other races here as well. So
Great.
it's a great community of people. Like I said, my first time being here, and of course I'm here not as a dancer, but it's tweaking my interest anyway a little, because I'm sitting back watching people.
Oh my gosh.
And they're enjoying it from all over the country. But I want to switch gears for a few minutes, and I want to talk about your book. I want to talk about your book, and here's a chance for you to let my folks know, and my listeners know that I'm a college professor and I teach at a college, and there's so many areas. It's in the social work, counseling, human services field of people, and a part of that community of folks with disabilities.
Yeah.
Or should we call it abilities, different abilities? And so we use that word a lot. But tell us a little about you mentioned about your son a little bit earlier. Tell us what inspired you to write the book.
I have two children with autism, and they were diagnosed late. They were still young, though, later than the counterculture. What I'm finding, my reason for writing is because when people learned that I had sons with autism, they were like, they would tell me a little bit of their story, and I told them, I'm writing, and they pushed me, keep writing. And it took some time because the stories that I had to tell about my sons, there were points where it was just so painful, and I would stop. And then I go back to it, and then I'd stop, and then I go back to it. It was like, oh man, I could say I have been writing for at least 8 years. But I just recently published in January of this year, 2026, and I'm having difficulty finding the right publication or the right publisher. And I ended up going through I think it's called Kindle Direct. And that is through Amazon, and it is actually almost practically a free process. It's not extremely free, but it helped me to do that. So I want to make sure I'm answering the question. So when I started to write, I just was having a difficult time. And then once I got it completed and I found an editor, and it was just God that I found a good editor, because she pushed me to tell more of the personal parts of my story. Like I'd say, oh, my kid was abused. But, well, what? How? What happened? I'm like, oh, I don't want to tell it. But I needed to do that to keep my reader interested. And I thank God for her, because she really pushed me in that way. And I think that's what's making the story powerful. It's not a long book, but it's an intro to what we experience in education and medicine, and getting community help from developmentally delayed agencies. It was very, very difficult, and it had a lot to do with the fact that we were the wrong color. Okay. And I had to actually do a lot of writing, bring other white people involved, so I could get the help for my sons. And if I could not use the right language with these people, they were not going to help me.
Right.
So the name of my book is Autism in an African American Family, and it's on Amazon, and it's only $13. And like I said, it's 50 pages long. It's a short book, But it's really an intro to what we all experience coming through the ranks of trying to get my sons where they should be.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get this book, and I'm going to also promote my my classroom, because it is important. As you said, again, ladies and gentlemen, the name of that book is Autism in an African American Family. And it is different because it is an African American family. It's her story of going through this, and I highly recommend you guys get the book. Get the book. It's a short read, beautiful book written in this. Again, her name is Deborah A. Lonzer. And so, Master's in Education, and realize that this kind of stuff, using this as a tool, even though we're talking about dance, but guess what? Everybody's got a story.
Everybody's got, yes. And when I told people, I just recently published, and they were like, oh, me too. Not that they were pushing. We want this book, we want this book, we want this book. I have family, I have a child, it's just amazing.
Yes.
Folks that are really connected to the idea that this is going on. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it in our community because there's a lot of fear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shame. And then there's neglect from the medical community, neglect from other people, assuming that you're just not doing the right thing. It's not like that.
Right.
It's a real issue.
Yes, it is, and I thank you for sharing it. And even though we're here, and by the way, guys, we're doing a live remote, so the noise you hear in the background is people here are coming in, and they're going to get ready to play music in a moment. And I just wanted to pull my guest to the side, and I want to thank her publicly for taking time out to be a part of this, because we had a short conversation, but yet we impacted so many other ways as well. You all know that one of the sponsor of the It's About You radio show is going to Maurice McDonald.net and learn all about the gut microbiome. Well, do you know, here I am in Detroit and talking about this amazing product that I've been taking. And how about she knew all about it? I had my table set up here, and she came up to me talking about the Axial X and started talking about the Protandum, and I'm looking at her like, how does she know? Well, guess what? She's been involved for 10 years, over a decade, so she knew all about it. And
I love it.
And if you would tell that story of the someone you shared with me who used that Protandum and what it did.
This was an Amish gentleman that had a enlarged heart, and my oldest sister passed away from that same disease. He had gone to his cardiologist, and the cardiologist said, hey, get your affairs in order, you're going to have a massive heart attack, and that's going to be it. Well, someone introduced him to Protandum, and he was taking 27 pills at that time. He says, what the heck, I might as well take another one. And then he was taking it. I don't know how long he took it, but he probably took it well over 3 months, because when you see cardiologists, that could be every 6 months. So he went in to see the doctor, and the doctor said, looks like your body just healed itself. And the only difference was Protandum.
Come on.
The only difference. Of course, it made me cry because there was no Protandum when my sister was ill. And we didn't know about it.
Yes. And this is why I've been telling people each and every week to go check it out, whatever. I've reached out to people. I even said, listen, you can call me. Send me an email.
Right.
I'll send you some samples. I need do whatever, because I want to get this in the hands of everybody I know who needs this. I know what it's done for me. I know what it's done for a lot of them. For a whole Facebook page of testimonies of people who talking about this stuff, which is mainly, you're talking about the, ashwagandha, milk thistle, green tea, turmeric, bacoque. All of them are awesome by themselves. But when you get a fist.
Yeah, you've got to get that synergy of all of them together. And I think the main thing that people need to be aware of, that more than 90% of all diseases are caused by inflammation.
Yeah.
Protandum reduces inflammation by 40% in 30 days.
Yeah.
You can't pass by that.
And that's clinical trials. We're not speculation.
Yes.
They're clinical trials. We don't guess, we test.
Yeah.
Okay? so
it's right there. It's in the data.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to publish, people have talked about like this one company, I think it was called Thrive or whatever. I said, well, it's on PubMed. Is it on the National Institute of Health? No.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's not next,
Right,
hey,
right.
at the end of the day, this has been, first and foremost, I want to thank you for your time here with me. I know more and more people coming in to start the dance and do the things in the workshops. People are putting themselves through this week, have a wonderful time. They're forcing themselves to have fun. They're having a great time. And so also, I want to promote your book again. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you listen to me, you go out and get this book, Autism in an African American Family. And this is something you can get and add, because you're going to know somebody. You know somebody who's dealing with this. And many people are dealing with it in silence.
That's
They're
what it-
suffering.
Suffering in silence. That's what I put in my book.
Yeah.
Suffering in silence, and that is very much the case in the Black community. Culturally, we're just not people that share much about things that are hurtful for us. We spend more time trying to get through it, help each other the best we can. But that's one of the things that's very difficult for our community, is to share about the things that are very painful to us.
And then we try to mask
That's
with all
true.
the other
That's
stuff we're
true.
dealing with, and
That's
I don't want nobody to know, and then the school teachers don't know what's going on with the child. The parent don't want to. I got to work 2 jobs. You can't drink enough alcohol. You can't do enough stuff that's going to help you mask what's really going on.
Right.
Which brings up this next question I always bring up, or statement I make. What are your thoughts on getting counseling? People who need to talk.
You know what? I think in our the Black community, we don't feel like we need counseling, but we do. Maybe our churches say pray it away. Both and.
Yes.
Both and.
Pray and listen.
Yeah, and you need to talk. Now, I know it's difficult. Some people have. My brother is a psychologist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe the story he told me recently. He had a Black client, and that Black client did not want to continue with him because he was Black. So that means the person's story would go on in the Black community. And I was like, it was the dumbest thing. But it's hard to find someone that's in counseling that is Black.
Right.
But it's very important to get counseling. And if you don't like what you experience with that counselor, move on to another one. Do not give up on talking through, because everybody needs that. There's grief recovery out there.
Yeah.
Go for it. It's worth it, because grief is common in every single person around the globe.
It is.
So we
very
need
common
to get ourselves help to get through grief.
Yes.
So counseling, we need to do it.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, can you understand why I'm talking to this amazing lady? And like I said, I do not believe in coincidences. I believe in God incidences, okay? And this was ordered for us to meet and talk through a conversation over dance, ladies and gentlemen. So you can dance your way into joy, or you can sit and cry and mope and worry about your problems, the economy, and everything else you got. But you do need to find your community, find your place, get healthy. Let me say that again. Get healthy, emotionally, physically, financially, all those kinds of ways, and reach out and find your community and go start dancing in the world, because it's out here for you. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. I want to thank you so much for taking your time out to have this interview, and the noise held down pretty good. I think we found a perfect spot that we can talk, and I got a feeling we're going to connect again, and we're going to have some more conversation. And by the way, I'm definitely going to promote this book in my classroom. I'm going to read it myself first, and I'm going to promote it. And I'm promoting it again for you guys. You're all over the country, so you make sure you go out and go to Amazon. Again, Autism in an African American Family by Deborah A. Lanzer. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. We're back here at WDRV Media Force of the Community. And as always, I like to talk to the folks who are here. We had a little break here in the session, so we're going to talk to some of the vendors and people who are here from this area in Detroit and Cleveland and all over the place here. I've got one of the vendors here. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, my name is Ferris Cockrell. I am from Dayton, Ohio, and we have a product called Egyptian Harvest Rejuvenation Cream. which at the end of the day, it takes the ash right off of you. It's comprised of 8 different organic ingredients. We have almond oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, mango butter, shea butter, cocoa butter, vitamin E, and beeswax. That's all ingredients, total organic, and no pesticides, no water. Melts right into your skin, and we have about 20 different fragrances, men and women.
That's exactly right. So, what's your website name so they can get it?
Our website is EgyptianHarvest.com.
EgyptianHarvest.com.
Yeah.
And they can go there and get out, see all the flavors they want and get it shipped right to their house.
Straight UPS, right to your doorstep.
Oh yes, indeed. So guys, you just heard that. Go out and get that stuff. I like to help out the brothers and everybody else as well about this. But also, you are here part of this dance community because I believe your wife is a dancer too, correct?
Correct. My wife got in the ballroom and long before we met, and so I said, I'm a golfer. So I said, well, I got to start doing something with her. So she liked to dance, so I decided I'm gonna join the dance community. And so I've been here ever since. For the last 2 years, I've been dancing. It's a work in progress, but I'm here.
I appreciate you, brother.
As the years go by, the toll of time, the environment, and your daily choices add up. You see it in the mirror. You feel it throughout the day. Most turn to supplements to fill the voids left by modern life. But the truth is, supplements meet basic needs, but often fall short when it comes to restoring true cellular health. The answer to true wellness goes beyond supplementation. It lies within your cells, locked within your DNA. All you have to do is activate it. Born from 40 years of groundbreaking research, LifeVantage is the activation company. And as the authority in nutrigenomics, LifeVantage is leading the charge in cellular activation. Key ingredients in each formula are selected based on science that shows they can unlock your genes and the health coded within, optimizing cellular function just as nature intended. From the original discovery, which activates genes that reawaken your cellular defense system and reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, to the first of its kind collagen activator that increases collagen density by 100%, and the mind-body GLP-1 system, 2 powerful products that naturally activate GLP-1 to support habit change, mindful eating, and the foundation for lasting change. LifeVantage has pioneered a better approach to wellness that works with your biology, minimizing the impact of age and lifestyle choices, empowering you to live healthier, longer through the transformative power of activation. Turn back the clock. Reignite your body. Live life activated.
To learn more about your gut health and how to activate your body, go to MauriceMcDonald.net. That's MauriceMcDonald.net and learn all about activating your body, your gut health, with 84 fruits and vegetables organically grown all over the world. Again, MauriceMcDonald.net, MauriceMcDonald, and unlock your potential today.